Hey, it's Rich Tarani. Thanks for watching. We're at the IoT Expo Tech Super Show 2025. Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and as part of this event, this is a Tech Super Show after all, there's a co-located event called IoT Evolution, and that event has a company which is speaking and sponsoring, and the company's name is Senzary, and Eric Schumer is with the company, and he's been a long time attendee at the show and a guest on the program. Eric, welcome back.
Thank you so much. It's great to be back again. Always my favorite show in Fort Lauderdale.
Thank you so much. And we like to think it's the best show not only in Florida but the whole U.S. and even the Gulf of America.
Yeah, you do. Well, you do both coasts, and 24 years. Not too many people can say that.
It's actually 26 years, and right now this is our home. This is our one show that we're doing. And what I like about the discussions we've always had at this show is they've evolved, and in the last 5, 6, 7 years, you're now in the IoT space, and you had a vision for IoT, and then you turned it into a company, and now you've got customers. Tell us about that journey.
It's been definitely a journey. We started in the middle of COVID, and we started with what we knew would be an important technology over time. We didn't know at the time exactly what shape it was going to take. Over time, we found interesting things like LoRaWAN for wireless telemetry and sensors. For me, that was pretty much a revelation, which changed the course of my focus into what I was going to do. I think that's one of the areas that the U.S. is very not familiar with.
Yeah, and that's just because LoRaWAN is really amazing to me too, because it's just almost infinitely long range. I mean, low bandwidth, but really long range wireless connectivity, right?
Oh, totally. We did the Panama Canal, Atlantic to Pacific, with about 6 radios. We have done over 10 and 15 miles on one battery-operated sensor. So for anybody who wants to do wireless deployments or wired, makes it another project, or you're like a reliability person, or you need some visibility, and just the thought of having to wire something and bring it back to your traditional equipment. So this liberates you to do it quickly, effectively. We have a customer, for instance, the Jacksonville Airport International, 7 million passengers a year. We deploy the whole airport within a couple of weeks.
Wow.
And not only that, none of us had to go. Everything was deployed by the airport personnel, very little or minimal installation. We started counting people. We installed the people counters on the restrooms. Next morning, I wake up, 15,000 people counted. Over the past 6 months, we counted over 3 million people, passengers. And now we're integrating with the aviation platform so we can do predictions on the flow and the dynamic of passengers on the airport in the next 4 or 5 hours to help them use better resources and understand the dynamic of the airport in a real-time way for cleaning, for operations, for personal support, and so forth.
That's fantastic. So in terms of deployments, now you mentioned a canal, you mentioned an airport. For those people that are watching, give us a list of all the different areas where you're able to help.
We signed a multi-year agreement recently with the Fortune 500 in the utilities energy business. They, after many meetings, they finally adopted the entirety of the technology as part of a corporate portfolio. So we brought IoT from an application perspective and solutions perspective to an equivalent level as the decision you make when you buy an ERP or a Microsoft or a SAP or an Oracle, where you don't have 3 of each for a company. You have one single piece of technology to serve the entire corporation. So finally, we're getting the message across to corporations like that, where they can use our technology stack to drive solutions across their own enterprise, whether it's sustainability, facilities management, maintenance, operations, and other areas.
Excellent. What else should we know?
We are now growing. We're working with airports. We're working with these, as I said, large enterprises. And our objective right now, we're working a lot in Latin America. So we have some really amazing partners that we're working with. We're trying to expand that. And I think we have developed a lot of technology in terms of integrations with different type of applications like lifecycle asset management, fleet management, and other things. So our middleware, it's really an enterprise middleware for data flows. And our job right now is just to grow that.
Fantastic. And for those that want to find you, what's your URL?
Senzary.com.
Thanks for being here.
My pleasure, always. Thank you so much for the interview.